What's up, everybody? They say the golden age. When you're old, it's considered the golden age. There might just be one thing that could be golden just about it. Knowing that, hopefully, you don't have too much longer to live this hellhole. That's one good thing about being old. That's one thing I must say, that's one good thing about being old. Other than that, it's a bunch of problems. You're in your prime condition, like right now I'm 26 years old, and let's say, within the 20-30 range, that's usually when someone's at their prime condition, meaning at their best shape. We're just slaving it all away, doing things we don't want to do, when there's things we might want to do, but that's getting in the way of it. But eventually we get to retire when we reach the golden age, possibly, and then that's when we have more free time. But what sucks is we're all run down already. We're all, bent out of shape, joints, pains, Now, don't get me wrong. There's a lot of old people that are in good shape. But still, no matter what, when you're older, you're not going to be as fast as you were when you're young. You still might be pretty with it, some people, and that's good. I like to hear that, but you're not going to compare a 70-year-old compared to a 30-year-old. It's just no comparison, That's when you should be living life, doing things you truly want to do when you're young. Instead, we're doing shit we don't want to do, and then when we get to that certain age, we might retire, may not even. It all depends what line of work we get into, But let's say we do retire, we're at that age now where what do we do with our free time? Basically go to doctors, we're on meds, we're on this is acting up, this is bothering me. For men, prostate, it's always just a living headache here. And yet they call it the golden age. The golden age should be when we're young. Right now should be considered the golden age, because right now I'm a young person. I'm healthy, knock on wood. Well, there's no wood here, but you get the joke. I'm young, I have energy, shit like that, but yet I'm putting all that energy aside on work, paying bills, going to college. I don't go to college, but I'm saying people, go to college, go to school, study. They're putting all this energy onto shit like that instead of enjoying life. This is why I say I don't know how people truly enjoy life by doing all this shit. I mean, it's just, I understand people doing it because they have to, but people actually enjoying it, it's just, I don't know how they do it, man. I really don't. There's one thing I gotta agree about being old, being your golden age, is just knowing that you don't hopefully have too much more time living here. That's probably one thing I can only say that's maybe golden. Other than that, who the hell wants to get old? Me, I'd rather die young. I feel dying young is better because, heck, you look sharper in your casket, but who cares about that? When you're dead, you're dead. I don't really care how the hell I look, But, you're escaping all the headaches that are just down the road. It always goes to the saying, when someone dies young, such a tragic loss, he or she had a whole life ahead of him or a whole life ahead of her. Meanwhile, yeah, what was the whole life ahead of? More like a whole headache ahead of her or a headache ahead of him. Paying bills, studying, going to college, whatever the scenario is. And then if he or she eventually makes it to the old age, now they have headaches of their body's basically shutting down. Because that's basically what's happening when you're getting old. Your body's shutting down to the point where eventually you're going to shut down completely, and then that's when, of course, that's considered death. But before then, it all goes as a slowly tormenting process. Your body starts to slow down. For example, men, they can't get erections anymore when they're at a certain age. They got to take Viagra or whatever. These are just little things that start to shut down. Same thing with women, Not that they got to take Viagra, but you get what I'm saying? Like, our body's shut down. We're basically getting to the dying stage. Yes, we're still alive, but some parts of our organs are probably shut down. And another thing I just never understood is why people make fun of old people. Because that's one thing I can never understand. You're making fun of someone old when if you live long enough to be like that guy, if you live long enough like that guy or that girl, whoever, you're going to be old too. You're not going to like if people laugh at you then, right? I mean, it's it's stupid. What the hell are we laughing at? It's something that's going to happen to all of us if we're around that long, if we're around to that extent. You know, he walks slow. He's in a wheelchair, or hey, he can't stand up straight like this. He's like this. I look stupid, man. You know, just stupid immaturity right there. Meanwhile, that may be you one day if you live long enough to be that person. You know, well, for as long as that person's lived. I mean, these are the things. And plus, there's people that are handicapped in general, you know, not even old, just in general, born like that, you know. You wouldn't want, you know what's funny? Well, yeah, you know what's funny? You don't want no one making fun of you. Nobody wants to be put down, but it's okay for us to put somebody else down. That's perfectly okay. But if it happens to us, that's a big no-no. It should be a no-no in general. We shouldn't be putting anyone down because we don't know what somebody's going through in life. There's so much suffering and pain, and yet we conflict it even more by belittling someone, bullying someone, you know, just messing with someone that did absolute nothing bad to you. That's the thing I don't understand. All right, I can understand if he did something bad to you is one thing, but just somebody that never did a thing to you, but just because he's a certain way, we gotta shame him or her or whatever. You know, it's just, this is humanity. This is humanity. It's just a complete fucking joke. You know, it's crazy. It's disgusting. It's just pure right immaturity, and that's humanity. Pure right immaturity. We're immature. We make life seem like it's good because just because your life is good doesn't mean everyone else's life is good. You have a good life, I'm happy for you. I wish everyone gets to have a good life. That's the problem. That's what makes life not fair. Not everyone can have that luck. You're healthy, let's say, you're in good shape, you know, tone, built, whatever. Just, you know, you're healthy, whatever. Not everyone, unfortunately, is in the same boat. There's so many illnesses that just drag people down, as you can understand, you know. There's just so many problems that people have, and plus just the way life is itself doesn't make things any better. It just makes things even worse. It just adds more fuel to the fire. It just makes the fire burn even more. And yet on top of that, we got to get people that put people down and say all these fucked up things, you know, this, that, you know, and then just makes matters worse. Life's good doesn't mean life's good for everyone. That's why the saying life isn't fair. Because if life was fair, we would all have at least some fair lives. And that's the thing, we don't. You're nice and warm inside a house or a building, you know, an apartment or whatever, nice and cozy, while there's someone living in the streets, starving, dirty, can't even take a shower, he's filthy, wears the same clothes every day, smells, you know. These are things people don't think about. They're spoiled. They forget what somebody else in this world's going through. They think their life's good, so it's just, life's good for me, man, so what the heck, man, I don't want to hear your sob and bullshit, you know, shit like that type of attitude. And that's what pisses me off most, because people don't understand what other people are going through. They're stupid, or they just don't even give a damn. It's you know, they just don't even give a fuck. But if it was them in that situation, boy, I wonder if they would smell the coffee then. When I see an old person, you know, like when I was saying a little while ago, some people make fun of old people or whatever, or treat them like shit or whatever. When I look at an old person, I say to myself, in a way, they're lucky because they don't got too much more time to deal with. But then again, I do say at the same time, they did live a whole life as hell. But then I also say again, when they were born, life wasn't as bad as it is now. Now, it was always bad to some extent, but now it's just a different level. The new generation are the people that I feel deeply sorry for, because they're the ones, which including me, I gotta probably live here God knows how many more decades and decades and decades, and just being here now, I see how fucked up everything's getting, and then knowing I gotta go another 10 years and another 10 years, and then, you know, if someone's 80 years old, I say to myself, maybe he's just got to go one more decade, maybe two max, he'll be 100 and that's it, you know, and he's done. He doesn't got to deal with it too much longer. While the new generation, we're stuck here. There was somebody, I think I even told you this once, there was somebody that said, man, I feel bad for this kid. He's only like 5 years old or whatever the hell, and he's got to live a decade. I wouldn't want to be born today. I'm glad I'm 70. I think this guy was like 70-something years old. Saying, it was a friend of mine's friend saying, well, I think it was a friend of mine's grandfather or son was saying, I'm glad I'm the age I am. Hopefully I don't have too much longer to see this shit. So another way, they lucked out in a way because they were born in an earlier era when life wasn't as bad. Still bad. it was always bad from the start. But just another level, a whole nother level of bad today that hopefully he'll soon escape. That sadly we gotta just, literally we're walking right through the beginning of it. We're young. I'm 26. I'm still a young fucking dude, you know, unfortunately. I mean, it's good and bad. I mean, yes, I like to be young. I don't want to be hunched. I'm not trying to make fun of people like that. I feel bad for people like that. But at the same time, one thing that I got to agree about being the golden age is knowing that you're close to hopefully death. That's one thing to be happy about. It's sad to say that we want to die. You know, like me personally, it's not that I want to die. I just want to escape this pathetic prison planet. And it seems the only way to do so is by dying. You know, by dying. It's sad that life is just so unbearable to live. Like, it's just so unenjoyable. It's just nothing but negativity. You know, there's people that say, can you talk about positive things? But really, what positive things are there to talk about? That's the thing. I can give you a whole shit list of negative things about this life, but if somebody says, can I hear some positive things, I'm in a like I can't even think of one. There is maybe one positivity that this is all temporarily, but it feels like it's almost for eternity because it just goes by so slow. Everything flies, but you're deaf. And then the crazy thing is, people that like to live life so much, they're the ones that get killed. While people like us that see this life is just so unbearable and cruel and just disgusting, like, why the hell am I here? Can I just escape somehow? We keep living. You know, we keep living. And if watching this video, I do wish everyone here is safe. Like, I don't want no one to die, even though I know there's people watching this video that do want to die because they want to escape this hellhole. And I understand that. I'm one of them too, but I don't wish death on nobody, even though wishing death, you know, well, that person wanting to die is probably the best joy he can get because he'll be out of this shit, you know what I mean? But, you know what I mean? I just don't like wishing bad on people. I care about you people. You know, you care for me, so why shouldn't I care back, you know? That's just heartless right there if I didn't care back. But, yeah. It's just crazy, man. Crazy. It's a crazy situation that we're all in, and it's just the sucky part about it all is none of us asked for this. None of us asked for any of this. It just happened. Our parents were stupid one day, and then here we are. And parents are still stupid to this day. New generation parents, I'm basically saying. Why the hell would you want to have a kid in today's world? I just don't see it. What is there to be hyped? You know, someone loses their daughter or son. They had a whole life ahead of her. You're just grieving because you ain't ever going to speak to your son again or speak to your daughter again. Your daughter or son could be in that better life in a so much better place than where he or she already was. It's just that you missed your son or daughter, and that's the part of why you're saying these stupid things. But anyone's better off in the afterlife. That's the real truth. I'm better off in the afterlife. Anyone is. If there even is an afterlife. Anyone's better off just not being born. Because there's no suffering, there's no worry, there's no fear, there's none of that. None of that. All the risk, life's full of risk. And we don't have to worry about a single risk, a single one of those problems if we weren't ever born. That's just the cold truth. I'm not saying anything dark, that's just really the honest truth. Do we have to worry about bills? No. Why don't we have to worry about bills? Bills, I said bills, because we don't exist. Now I'm here. Do I got to worry about bills? Yeah. Do I got to worry about going homeless possibly? Yeah. Do I got to worry about working so I could pay these stupid bills and support myself? Yeah. I mean, I could just keep going on. When I'm dead, what the hell do I got to worry about? Jack shit. I just lay down all day 24/7 and like a fucking stiff mannequin and not have a damn thing to worry about. Sounds like a better deal to me. I mean, as dark as it may sound, it's just the truth, people. It's just the truth. Now, I'm not saying out of that, let's all do it, but I'm just saying itself, by not ever being born, was true, pure bliss, because we wouldn't ever had to experience any of this pain, any of this bullshit, because it didn't exist. When they say he or she had a whole life ahead of them, I say to myself, no, more like a whole headache ahead of them if they would have kept living. He or she would have had to worry about bills, working. One day when her or his parents died, how that's going to hurt them, and then he or she's got to bury them, or, you know, he or she's got to bury her mother and father. They lucked out because they didn't have to worry about that ever happening. Instead, it went vice versa, the parents burying the child. There's a saying, parents should never bury their child. And I agree to some extent, don't get me wrong. I feel bad for parents that lose their kids. But what I'm trying to say out of this is, where they're saying that the person had a whole life ahead of them. What whole life ahead of them? These are the things to be cheering about. Yee, if I would have kept living, you know what that means? I would have to keep busting my ass. Oh, here comes this bill, gotta pay it off. Oh, here comes that bill, gotta pay it off. All right, this is a whole head of life, yo, yeah. You know, yes, couldn't ask for anything better. Oh, now I gotta go back to work again. Oh, now I gotta do my studies again. Oh, now I gotta be like a zombie again, or stuck in traffic, rush hour. No, he or she escaped it. The early way. The young way, the fast way. It's just headaches. It's just headaches. People are too stupid to see that. That's why it's always the stupid people that die young. And I'm sorry to say, but it's the truth. It's always the stupid, dumb people that see this life worthwhile that die. Where the actual common sense people like me and whoever watching these videos that have the same thoughts that are just common sense, we're the ones that just keep suffering. We could go to the shittiest neighborhood in a gun shooting or whatever. We'll live. We'll survive. A bullet won't even land on us. But let's say I'm someone that says, I love life. I can't wait to be a nurse. I can't wait to get married and have kids. Oop, I just got shot. Now I'm dead. Now I'm dead. I had a whole life of that ahead of me now. Darn. I didn't get to graduate college, man. Fuck. I didn't get to get married, man. Fuck. I didn't get to have a kid, man. Fuck. Good, that's an A+. That's one good thing, too. That saves that poor kid from suffering. That future kid from being born by one of the, you know, basically the future parent dying. You're not a parent yet, but you get what I'm trying to say. Because if that person would have kept living, she would have just reproduced, and boom, here comes another poor soul into the world. So by that person getting assassinated, saved that poor baby from experiencing this hell. So in a way, that's one A+. That's a beautiful A+, honestly, as dark as it may sound. But I mean, it's just pathetic, man. I just don't get people, man. For as long as I live, I don't think I'll ever be able to get people. But anyway, guys, I am going to wrap it up for now, guys. I love you all, man. Thank you all for watching the videos. Almost to 6,000 subscribers. I truly can't thank you all enough for that. Really, from the bottom of my heart, man. I never expected it to get that high. So like I said, you guys truly make me happy. I appreciate it for caring and supporting, you know, my journey. And in return, I hope I do you all favors too. I hope people that are watching this video feel less alone, feel less, you know, weird or whatever. Because the truth is, we're not really weird. It's just we see it clearly, man. That's the thing. People need glasses, and that don't even help. We don't need glasses, and we see it all. I mean, I do need glasses, but you get what I'm trying to say. It's just common sense. We talk this certain way, we're down, we're negative, we're sick in the head. No. Oh, wait, you need help. No. Life itself needs help. Life itself is sick. Life itself is negative. Life itself is a curse. Me saying these things, it's like, it's all reflecting that I'm weird, I'm depressed, I'm negative, you know. No, it should reflect to life, because that's the real reflection right there. Life sucks. Life is full of negativity. What positive thing do you really ever hear when you turn on the news? I'm waiting. That's right. There is barely anything positive you hear on the news. But you can rest assured, There's a lot of negative things on the news. You turn on the news right now, you hear something. Someone got stabbed, a slash on the subway, a shooting somewhere in the world. This happened, Israel, blah, blah, blah. This is all it is. Negativity, man. This is what we say. We had a whole life. He had a whole life ahead of him if he didn't die. A whole life ahead of living this shit. That person's fucking lucky, man. Holla effing Luya, man. I mean, come on, man. I mean, I feel bad for the parent. Yes, you lost your child, but at the same time, to say he had a whole life, he's free. He ain't got nothing to worry about. You don't got to worry about bills, work, none of that bullshit. He's free, man. May I say any more? May I just stop? I think I'm going to just stop for now, guys. I love you all, man. Like I said, I truly appreciate everyone here watching these videos, and I truly hope to make you guys happy, you know. And that's all I got to say for now, guys. Love you all. Peace out. And yeah, signing off for now.